What's good, everybody? It is October 5th, 2024. My name is Kenny Kamz, and this is The Black Show. What's good, y'all? It's Kenny Kamz here. It's going to definitely be a quicker episode for the Saturday. I got some stuff I'm about to get out on the scene today and move around a little bit. Just wanted to stop, and it was a thought I had last night that kind of brought some stuff together for me, I think. Let's have a little story time, y'all. Most of my life, I've been very concerned about impressing people. Not to impress them so they think I'm like higher status, impressing them so they think I'm equal. Which was like I was coming from an inferiority point, and like that, I think that happened. That's childhood stuff, right? How I realized how that manifested in my life, right? So I really didn't know what my style was or what I like to do or like the things that I genuinely enjoyed. I didn't really know it. I know that seems crazy to some people, but for me it was more of a the stuff that I typically thought was cool throughout my life, everybody else thought was lame and corny. And I thought that this was because I was lame and corny. I didn't think it was because they didn't actually know what they liked. They were just going with the crowd. And I think again, I bring up the autism a lot, y'all, because like when I realized going back throughout my life, even from childhood to like especially high school age, stuff that didn't make sense to me that made sense to everybody else that I just didn't understand. And I was a smart kid, I was in AP classes, all that shit. Like, but it was stuff I just didn't understand socially. Like socially has been my biggest issue my entire life. And not saying like when I'm out socially, like if I'm out at a bar or if I'm out even just at an event or just hanging out or even a work event, like you won't be able to tell. You wouldn't be able to tell there's something going on in my brain or like, okay, am I doing this? Like my brain is constantly working. So when I'm around people, that's why I like to be alone a lot. It's not because of like some loner shit or some depression shit. It's like when I'm outside, yo, my brain is constantly working. And it's exhausting. And I don't think people really truly understand that. Um, I'll give a good example from high school. So when I got to high school, right, y'all, I was like I played football a little bit in middle school. Like I played football in middle school because our basketball coach from middle school was our football coach. And then my baseball friends played in another league, St. Bernadette. So I played in St. Bernadette with my baseball homies. And then I played NCSL with like my school friends, our school coach. Mr. Wigley was our coach. And I legitimately in my life, especially sports wise, I've never advocated for myself. I was always a player like you could put in whatever position and I would be good at it. Like I could be a pitcher, I could be a third baseman, I could be a center fielder. Basketball, I jumped tip once because I used to be tall when I was younger. I was a bigger kid. I stopped growing. But I played forward. I could bring the point guard. I could bring the ball up. I could play quarterback, receiver, running back. Shit, I played O line as a kid. So like, I've never truly advocated for myself. Like, no, I want to do this, and it was from a lack of confidence, not in my ability. Because like, when I say confidence, it's not confidence that I can get something. I truly believe that I can do anything. Anything. It's almost to a fault where I have to safeguard myself. So that's why, like, when I don't really like doing like X Games high risk shit. Like, if I see somebody hit a backflip on a bike, in my head is like I could do that. And I know some people be like, "What?" Like, yeah. If I see somebody jump out of a plane, I'm like, I could do that. And it's not from an ego perspective. It's just I know like if another human can do it, and there's not no physical limitation to it. Like I know I could never dunk on Wimby. I know that because I can't jump high enough anymore to dunk a basketball. I can grab rib still, but I can't dunk a basketball. And I'm 5'9". He's two feet taller than me. You know what I mean? So like I know that's probably impossible. But when people say stuff like that, I've done a lot of impossible stuff people said was impossible in my life. Like another story time. So for track for Riverside, my junior year of track, I wasn't that good. I was a fast football player. I had really high expectations. I think people had high expectations for me coming from track to football because they know I hooped. They know I was doing athlete stuff. But I remember my first race at North. It was in practice. I got smoked by a soccer player. Shout out Jelani, dog. Smoked me. And it kind of ruined that whole season because then everybody was like, and even my coach kind of felt that way, like, I thought he was gonna be really good. So that senior year, and it wasn't for me, track wasn't a speed thing. Like I ran a 4.5. I could consistently beat people at races. It just was my mind in the right place to win that race that day. So because we won city conference, and then I end up getting pulled from the relay at sectionals because I wasn't locked in because I had other shit going on, personal shit going on. Like, so we had this relay at Racine Times Relays, and I'm actually gonna go get the medal so I can show y'all on screen. So I had never high jumped before. I was a long jumper and a short sprinter. And we needed, so for relay meets, you need 3 people to do the event, right? So I forget it was me, Albert J, and maybe I think Kenny Burton. No, he'd have been gone. It was senior year. It was me, Albert J, and somebody else. But we was at, so I was like, all right, I'll do long jump. We did our relays, and they was like, we need a high jumper. I was like, shit, I'll do it. And I ended up winning the event out of our team. I got a high jump 6 foot or 6'1". And the reason why is because like our team needed that to win the meet. So I'm like, I got it, y'all. And that's how my mentality is with stuff. Like, I got it. And I get when some people say that, they're saying it from like it's not a real confidence. Like when I say I got it, I'm 100% sure I could do it. Or I'm 100% sure that out of the group that we got, I'm surveying the group, I'm probably the best option to do this. So I got it. I'm gonna make it happen. And that's a way that I kind of like coped, I think. For not advocating for myself, I would just make this up in my head that like, this role that I'm playing is so important that if this role doesn't, if I don't play this role, we can't win. Which in most times it ain't true. So how does that reflect to my everyday life now? I forgot what video it was. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Oh, I can't on the Facebook. It was talking about making or Instagram. It was talking about putting somebody on. My initial thoughts with the connect and like the studio and all of that was to get a bunch of people in the city on, and we gonna be moving like Atlanta, and we all good and all of that. But then I realized is like, one, most of these niggas is not talented enough. People don't want to say it because people get offended by that shit, but like most of them just purely on the surface not talented enough. Like to really do this, and I realized I was taking it. I was. It's people that had just been doing it for a long time that thought that I didn't know what I was doing, that I don't know what I'm doing, that I just kind of jumped into this shit. Not like I'm studied on the academic side of this shit for sure, and I got 7 8 years now of business experience, like actual business experience trying to do this shit. So people that have not done any of that want me to listen to them. Like what makes you think that you can tell me something when you haven't done any of this shit? Like, and I think that's a Milwaukee thing that people with talent here think that they have expertise too, and you don't have either. Like that's the part where like if I could go back, all that money I'd have spent for that studio, I'd have just invested in YouTube and started traveling, started going places and doing videos, other places and stuff. And I wasted a bunch of money, and I do think that them niggas kind of set me up right there because they know that they knew that was on my goal. Like I want to start a studio, so like it was some shenanigans going behind the scenes. Like I said, that whole situation was janky, and it's nefarious, and the karma's gonna be hard for them niggas, bro. Because the thing is, only time are you fucking with somebody's motion or they business or something is when you're not confident in your ability, bro. Like you don't see Steph Curry hating on Trey Young. You don't. So that's why I don't hate on them niggas. I'm like, I know y'all see it, and y'all like, what is it? What is it? Trying to find a like a code to it, or like, bro, is you born with this shit or you not? I've had this shit since I was born, bro. You can't just make up no superstar, bro. I understand that. And this is gonna sound extremely cocky, and I don't care anymore at this point. Cause like throughout all the teams that I've been on in my life, I said it before, I'm extremely modest. I'm like, I was never that dude. I may not have been the dude that was gonna score, but the coach damn sure made wanted I had to be at the game where the coach was gonna have a fucking fit. I get it. I'm the morale guy. That's why I was the captain. That's why I was the rah-rah guy at Riverside, getting everybody ready. That's why all the young players respect me, because when they was freshmen, when Putnam was freshmen and seniors, they seen me in the huddle talking to these niggas. They seen Wags promote me to this shit because I wasn't afraid. And I don't have that like sense of like embarrassment factor of like, oh, I shouldn't say this. Nah, bro, when the adrenaline get to pumping, I'm like, let's fucking go. And that's why I was a good coach. Ultimately, all this led to me the last couple of days to realize that like I am very, very happy with my boundaries. I am in the happiest place I've been in my life right now. And people will be looking like, oh, he probably lying with all the negative stuff that has happened. Negative stuff gonna happen. That's life. Like people gonna do shady shit. That's life, right? And the studio thing, that's yeah, money was lost, but like also it was a bigger lesson for me to understand that most of these Milwaukee niggas is broken, envious, and jealous and that do music. The ones that's not, you know. And I was like, I gotta stop trying to help them niggas and just do it. Like, why am I trying to put old 40-year-old rappers on that don't want to show up to shit and don't do shit and are just gossipy? Like, why? Why am I even entertaining niggas that's like just weirdos? Like one of them niggas is like he can rap a little bit, but every song sounds the same. Like they're rappers. I realize I'm an artist. It's a difference. I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. And the one nigga just weird. This is what I say. Like people try to like they want to get in your circle because they have nothing going on for themselves. So one of the niggas I mentioned in that when I was like I don't fuck with dog, dude, he laughed at one and hard at the other one, and like y'all need to stop playing with people, bro, because shit could get real spicy real quick when you do shit like that. Because then, what if I'm in the wrong headspace and I'm like, nah, it's raps. I'm on him. I'm on him. And when I'm on him, it ain't talk. So like, that's the part where I'm like, y'all really need to stop this, bro. Y'all need to stop this because I have a breaking point, and it's bad for everybody. Because when someone presses me to that point, I go fucking nuclear. And I know the consequences of me going nuclear, and I've accepted those consequences when I go nuclear. That's the thing. It's not me getting out of character. It's actually me getting into character. This is more me out of character. That's why I try to explain to those people, like, it looks sweet, but I'm a Sour Patch Kid, bruh. Once you actually bite down, it's raps. So that's the part where I try to explain it, and I think it's because a lot of people are faking how they move, and like they weren't raised with morals, integrity, no OGs. They wasn't raised with none of that. They was raised by the internet and the TV, and most of these rappers was raised by other rappers, internet, and the TV, and they just look at them and want to be them. Like when Lil Russell came to town, right? I don't even know this nigga's music. I don't think Lil Russell makes good music. I think he just caught a wave and just wrote it. Respect for sure, but his shit ain't fire. He's just popping. And when I seen all of these niggas get like, ooh, the rest was here. The rest, like, y'all fucking weirdos, nigga. What if Jay-Z and them come? Y'all gonna be doing the same shit that Meek Mill and all of them was doing just to get in rooms with these niggas. Y'all fucking weirdos, bro. I look at a lot of these rappers, like, I look at Meek Mill, I look at French Montana, I look at Drake. I look at them as fucking weirdo lames, bro, with money. I've known lames with money my whole life, bro. Like, them niggas ain't cool. I break this down. Meek Mill a cool nigga, right? What millionaires you know hugging other men, jumping up and down, and just offering $100,000 to prove something that's not something? Like, what millionaires do that shit? What successful men or women do that shit? They gave a bunch of immature boys, weirdos, money, and they blocks know them. Like, if you go to Philly, it's gonna be people that say like, "Oh yeah, we fuck with Meek," because they're hoping that Meek comes back and saves them. If you go to the Bronx, with French Montana. I lived in the Bronx, bro. The Bronx is French Montana wouldn't last in the Bronx, bro. I lived there. It's rough. The Bronx is real, nigga. I had a bodega, a guy just get me for some bread. Like the Bronx ain't no fucking gangs, but like these loose booty niggas is not finna really be able to maintain in them cities, bro. So they are all Ja Rule. That's what I realized. Music is all Ja Rule. Even the local niggas, they Ja Rule. Like most of the local niggas that want to be rapper, like I don't want to be a rapper. I want a label. I want to be Top Dog. I don't want to be Kendrick. Them niggas want to be Kendrick, and they want to be SZA, and they want to be because they think that the music industry is just like glory. Like nigga, this shit is terrible. This shit is it's the worst business you could get in. It's like the one business where you can guarantee every deal someone's gonna try to backstab you. It's the one business. That higher education is the same way. So like I don't respect rappers, bro. I don't. I don't respect you. If you're a rapper, where's your business at? Oh, all you doing is rapping and working for somebody? You're a slave, bro. It is. Like I don't respect you, bro. I don't respect you as a man. I think that's what it really is. I don't respect you as a man, bro. That's the like women look for powerful men to latch on to so their life can be easier. Men are supposed to try to be the powerful man. And you niggas, like I said, and people get mad about this. Y'all was raised by y'all mamas and y'all aunties and y'all grandmas and y'all sisters, so y'all don't know no better. Y'all think that y'all behaving in the way that y'all supposed to, and y'all not. It's cowardly. It's the thing is though, the dam is breaking on that. We're like, y'all starting to get real insecure. People that move like that starting to get real insecure because they see the rest of the world seeing you a fraud, bro. Like when I saw all these people on the internet, like really paying for classes of people to tell them how to do social media, I'm like, oh, we are fucking lost. The IQ level in America, Americans are the dumbest. Like Pakistan is half inbred. And I would still say they probably they're probably smarter than we are. America has been so dumbed down and manipulated, and they put the dumbest, most. Think about the celebrities for real, fam. Kim Kardashian, Sexy Red, Trippy Red, uh, even a dude rapper like Young Thug. Like Young Thug can rap his ass off. He's probably a genius, but he would even be like, I'm not the role model that young dudes need to be living up to. All of this shit I've done in my life, I'm like, bro, I'm still not a good role model for these niggas because I spaz out in a second. Like, I spaz out for real, and flip out. Like, you know how they say like a retired crash out? I am definitely a retired crash out. I was intelligent on my crash outs. My crash outs ain't really give me in real trouble, but when it came to having to fuck some shit up, oh, Kitty was always with it, bro. I've never been one to be like, hey, y'all, I'm like, oh, where we going? Let's do it. And I think that changeover of my maturing has like people don't know that. So it's funny, man. It's funny seeing how these how people handle you. People handle you when they think they can do what they want to do. Yeah, y'all. I put boundaries up in all areas, man. Like if you talk disrespectful to me, you won't speak to me again. Or you have to it's really not really able to convince me because once I get to that point where I don't speak to you again, it's not no snap judgment. It's a extended period of time I've been evaluating that. And that's the thing I think people think is like, oh, it's on the surface. Like literally every action I make is thought about for days. It's a result of the ADHD and the autism. So you think I'm not strategic if I'm not talking to you or I didn't get to a boiling point? If somebody yesterday, I'd tell them like, hey, if you are interacting with me voluntarily and act as if I'm this suspicious person or I got something to hide, don't speak to me no more. Because that's not my reality. And I'm not going to play this. I don't play the reality that somebody wants to play anymore. Like, oh, well, I'm like, no, what is your issue? Like, why are you being like this? Because I'm not giving off that energy. You're trying to project that energy on me because of you. Because you have done sneaky shit. You have done janky shit. And you think I know. And you're unsure. So you don't know how to. And when people do that to me, I check out. I check out. I'm like, because if you have to act that way, that means you're putting more effort into this relationship behind the scenes and putting more energy into relationship behind the scenes and actually coming to me. And that's mental illness. That's just mental illness. That's crazy. That's like, why are you trying to figure out what's happening when you could just ask me what's happening? And you why and then well, you might not tell me the truth. Then why do you care to know if you don't think I'm going to tell you the truth? You're doing that to yourself. And people try to put that energy on you. Like I had a family member try to put that energy on me. I'm like, fam, you know what? If it's anything money related, keep me the fuck out. I won't give no opinions of my. I won't give no advice. Nothing no more. Y'all got it. Do it how y'all do it. Because on my side, if I come in with actual information that like that's the thing. Like I realize why black families lose wealth too. Because you have one person in the family that has an ego because they've gotten the control over it, right? And this is not really speaking to me in general. This is just kind of speaking like of black families that I've noticed. I was a case manager too in hospice care, so I saw a lot of families in that end of life stage. The person that was given the responsibility thinks they were given a responsibility because they knew the most, not because they were the most trustworthy or assumed to be the most trustworthy. Real people, real businessmen, multimillionaires I spoke to, I've had to have meetings with, being adjustable and being to understand what information is reliable information, what information is good information, what information is purposely to be negative. Being able to determine that is how you is the key factor of a leader. Is to being able to determine and understand what is being said to you or what is happening and understanding how to move forward. And what I realized with black families, they let the ego get away from them in general, and black people in general. Let the ego mark learning anything. So I'm gonna end this at this. If you genuinely, and I know the people that I'm talking to are not just not watching still. So when is the last time you learned something that's not pop culture, that's not TV, that's not? When have you actually learned something? When's the last? Like we should be learning things new every day. A lot of people will say they haven't learned anything since high school. That's what I realized. I'm in on this, y'all. Maui, government didn't come help. Katrina, government didn't come help. Helena, government didn't come help. East Palestine, government didn't come help. Those are white people and natives that they already helped. So when something happens to black people here, do we think that kneeling that kente cloth is gonna really do anything? They're not gonna help. I've been saying this since 2016. Our government is not here for us. They're here for the corporations. We are here to fuel we're energy for the corporations. If the corporations are going automation wise, they don't need that energy no more. They figured out a way to put it in a battery and use it. This is all this whole world, it's everything that we live in. You can see wars, you see nonsense going on, you see people in their interpersonal beef, people getting cheated on, people having kids, people falling in love. We are a big ball of energy, and it's people are trying to harvest energy. So when you have a kid, you're harvesting some energy. When you get married, you're combining your energy and you're making more energy. Energy is something that never goes away. It's something that is circular on this planet. When y'all see like Neptune and stuff and y'all see all that's moving, that's what y'all see. Y'all see the energy of that planet. Are there beings here? I have no fucking clue. But you see the energy of the planet moving. It looks like water. I can break that. Water is also memory. So when you take a bath or you take a shower, you know when you feel better, it's because you're replenishing yourself. Hydration. Our body's 70% water. There's a lot of shit I'm gonna start getting into because I had a dream last night where it was like, open up the book. Open up the book. They think you only know surface level stuff because I've been very careful of how I speak because of the time during COVID when I was speaking the truth about COVID and being told I was stupid. and ignorant of conspiracy theories. I was grifting, wanted attention, whatever they wanted to say, and like obviously wasn't true because 99.9% of the stuff I said during COVID actually was the real thing. And what did I this is I'm gonna wrap it up on here. People don't want other people to be smarter than them because they feel inferior. I love being around people more intelligent than me. That's like my favorite thing is to be around people that know more than me about anything. Like the people that I've met writing and doing my like the actual news side that Milwaukee doesn't even know about, that I don't even bring into Milwaukee because y'all couldn't comprehend and don't care. Like it's not on the same consciousness level. So the people that I've met, like senators, people that are like actually doing stuff in the world. That's why like when this little shit like the studio don't affect me because I've had conversations with people that have lost that had a spouse killed by a corporation because they're suing them. So me losing the studio is nothing. It's perspective. It's nothing. I haven't lost anything in this. Am I still shadow banned? Yeah, it goes up and back, up and back. Who cares? It doesn't matter. For me, it's about getting this message out. I don't care how many people hear it. It's about getting this message out to the people that need to hear it and need to understand that, like, you don't have to dumb yourself down. You do not. And I'm done doing that from now on. Do not dumb yourself down no more. Why? You're dumbing yourself down to be around people that you don't like and you have nothing in common with. And I'm done doing that. And they can take that as ego or whatever. Raise your conscious level. Don't look at me to be like, oh, he's cocky, he's ego. You get better. I was where you was at. I got better. You get better. You get more intelligent. You get more smart. Don't get mad at me for being smart. You get more intelligent. That's where I'm at now. I'm like, no, don't be mad at me for having control of my emotions. You control your emotions. Don't get mad at my reaction to your nonsense. Control your shit. Because we're adults here. And there's no hierarchy. It's none of that shit. We on an even level playing field, fam. So control your shit just like I control mine. Because if we want to go that way and we don't want to control it, then I'm going to fuck some shit up. If that's the rules we playing with, like, oh, ain't no rules? What? It's capable there. That's the part where I'm like, I'm choosing to live the way I live. And most people in my position where you do have that level of intellect, we choose to be kind. That's how I can see the people that's not being kind, because I could easily be them. I'm choosing not to. And that's why I say I'm working for a higher power. That's the only way that connects. So, a little bit longer of a black show, I guess, y'all, but it's Kenny Kamz, man. Have a good rest of y'all weekend. We got college football on this weekend. The Badgers play. We got the Mets and the Phillies playing today. And that's about it. We got some UFC fights tonight. I think Alex Pereira is going to lose tonight. I think Khalil Roundtree Jr. is going to be the 205 light heavyweight champion of the world at the end of the night. I don't know why. It is the dumbest bet ever, but I for some reason I just think he's going to do it. I think it's time that when shock happens, it happens cyclical around the world so everybody can see it. So something shocking has to happen so the rest of the shocking shit can like snowball out. So I think Khalil Roundtree is going to start this shit. All right, y'all. It's Kenny Kamz. I'm going to quit ranting to y'all this weekend. I try to make these episodes a little bit longer and just talk about my actual stuff. Tell me if y'all like this. Y'all like me talking about actual stuff or do y'all want me to talk about topics? Because, like I said, this channel is for the viewers. So, like, like, comment, and subscribe. We almost at 800. So, we have like 770 right now for subscribers, y'all. And we're getting so close, so close. And I'm going to lie, the monetization thing, it ain't really no money you get from it, but on the low levels. For me, it's more like, it's an accomplishment for me. I would feel like I started this channel from nothing when people was like, oh, you want to be a YouTuber? You going to do all that? Like, and I stuck with it, bro. Like, I stuck with it. So at this point, until y'all don't see me no more, y'all going to see this every day. I don't care if I'm 70, 80. I'm still going to do this every day because I genuinely like doing these shows. I do got to get a chair with some elbows because I hate doing this, but it's the only comfortable way to have this, y'all. I feel like I'm sitting too tight. All right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. It's Kenny Kamz. Have a good weekend. It's the Black Show, y'all. I'm out.